Alright guys, so here's the Apollo Pro going down the grassy little knoll, and then we're gonna come back down on that little gravel, or not gravel, I should say paved road. Just give you a little bit of taste of the speed, alright? Alright guys, welcome back to the Gear Wave channel, man. It's your boy, Big Drizzy. We're back once again with another review, another first look, or in this case, a second look. This is the new kind of cyber scooter from Apollo Pro. For those who don't know, apolloscooters.com, based out of Canada. Good customer service, good scooters. You know, since the pandemic started and we weren't able to get around a lot of people were thinking about, hey, what am I gonna do, being home from work, not going into work every day, what could I do? Stores were closed, everything was closed. So a lot of people during that year bought bikes, and they also bought scooters. And during that time, I, being a mountain biker, already had bikes. So I was looking for something different, something with the exhilaration of a bike, the excitement of a bike, but just something different. And the scooter was it. I started off with the Apollo Ghost, I believe it was. Great scooter to start off with, especially for people who love a little adrenaline, love the power. You could still crawl before you ball, so to speak, and kind of ease your way with the Ghost, but it was also a very powerful scooter at that time, for the money, about $1,500. Today, Apollo, that's 2-3 years ago now, from 2020 and the pandemic in 19, and now Apollo has designed the Apollo Pro, guys. All right, check my other video. I have a video on the Apollo Pro already on my first impressions maybe about a month ago, and that was after about maybe a few weeks of riding the scooter. All right, I got this maybe at about mid-February, so I've had it for a couple months now. I've been commuting to work with the scooter. I've run into some issues with the scooter, and the scooter has been really great in some other instances as well. All right, so let's go back over the scooter. As you guys can see it, it's an awesome looking scooter. You have app support. All right, but since I have the Apollo kind of website up, we have 1200 watt motors. All right, so the front motor is 1200, the back is 1200. Peak power 3000 on each motor. Okay, 44 miles per hour is a top speed that you should be reaching. All right, I'm about 240, and I have to be honest with you, I'm struggling to get 240 miles an hour. You'd really have to have a long runway, and it would just have to gradually get up to 40, but it does not get up to 40 under my weight, 240 pounds, that easily. You're gonna get up to 33, 38 with a long enough runway. But I don't know if you're going to achieve the 40 at 240 pounds, which I am. All right, you guys holler at me out there. Let me know if you're over 240 pounds if you were able to achieve the top speed of 44, 45 miles per hour. All right, let's get into some other things now. We have a great utilitarian looking scooter. It's gray. I like that it kind of blends in with a lot of other scooters that are out there. You don't have a lot going on unless you really want to. You have this kind of lightsaber strip here, which is nice, and you can program. Let's see if I can go into the app right now for you guys and show you really what it's gonna do. All right, so let's connect it. We have 83%. That's your ride button. When you're about to start riding, you'll press this button and then it will record your ride and it logs it. Okay, so as you can see, this is the last ride that I did on April 1st. It was 2.1 miles, average speed 14 miles per hour, right? Odometer at that point was 605 miles, right? And it gives you the temperature of the motors and the controls and all that other stuff. Just great to have the app. You can also lock the scooter with the app. If you're in a store, you're somewhere, you'll keep the scooter on, you'll be able to lock it. It will disable the scooter if anybody tries to push it. It will tighten up the wheels. And it will also blink and have like a stolen message on it, which is really, really cool. All right, so guys, let's get into it. All right, so in terms of the scooter now, let's talk about the scooter. Let's talk about the build quality. Awesome build quality. You have a Bluetooth speaker right here. So summer's coming up. You want to pound some beats. You don't got to carry your little JBL speaker with you. You have an embedded speaker here, which is nice. It gets pretty loud as well. But build quality is awesome. Super stable deck, super stable when you're riding. I've noticed I've had a Ghost, I've had a Cabo, I've had about 4 or 5 scooters. I've had a Wolf, I've had this. I've got the RS Midnight Coming Light. So make sure you stay tuned to my channel on that. That should be coming this week, and I'm going to drop a video on that. All right, but I just want to give you guys a nice, good look at the scooter. All right, we have cable brakes here for $3,000, almost $4,000 Apollo. I believe you need to give us hydraulic brakes, okay? Nice grips, nice little ends, caps here on the end, and you can see mine are a little cracked. All right, we saw another video with Freshly Charged this week where they did a review on the scooter, and the scooter had end caps just like this, but they weren't all clear. They had a little rubber bumper in the middle of them so that if they fell, they were less susceptible to cracking. All right, last week I was coming out of my apartment getting ready to commute to work, and the scooter fell down on this side, and the cap for the light here, or the indicator, broke in my hallway of my apartment building. So now I have to go on to Apollo.com and get a couple more of these end caps, which they don't have any more of. All right, so Apollo, please replenish that. All right, here you have the quad lock. If you choose to do the quad lock with Apollo, you can connect the quad lock to your current phone, iPhone, Android, and then you can attach it here with the quad lock piece on the back of your current phone. I don't like this idea because in the case that you do get into an accident, right, your scooter may be mangled, and now your phone is also mangled. All right, so I'd like to see a little bit more usability out of the screen. I don't know if Apollo can reprogram this screen, but it would be nice to have the speed. It would be nice to have the distance traveled, the time of day. A lot like we've seen with the Cabo Mantis King GTR and their newer scooters that have screens on them. It's a lot more usable information. I don't need a big screen that just tells me the miles per hour. That's the least informative piece of information as a scooter rider that I really need. You know what I mean? You want to know how many miles you traveled, how long it took you, what your high speed was. Those are analytics that are exciting. Speed is cool. If you're experienced If you're an experienced scooter rider, you kind of have a gauge on what kind of speed you want. All right. So we have the light there. We've got Apollo there. A couple weeks ago, Apollo has sent out. All right, so let's get to some of the kind of little issues that I've been facing over the past 2 months of using the scooter. A couple weeks ago, on my way to work, going over a hard bump, this folding mechanism here broke on my way to work. I went over a harsh bump and it just straight up broke off the scooter. All right, this little piece right here. Apollo right now is doing an upgrade with a stronger bolt in here and a new kind of folding catch mechanism that they are going to send you for free in order to minimize and eliminate any issues that you're going to have with this folding mechanism in terms of going over bumps and it just popping off and breaking off. I think they said they went from an M60 to an M80 bolt. They're doing stronger stuff. They're doing a little bit newer stuff so that you guys don't run into any issues on your scooter. But just wanting to let you know that I ran into that issue. You guys have to call Apollo, tighten up this screw periodically, especially if you ride every day and commute every day, because it can come loose. This whole piece will break off and then the folding mechanism will just be open. All right, guys? Great fenders, great coverage, great big tires. They're self-healing. We have the suspension there, and you can see the red knob on top for the rebound, so we have a little bit of control there. All right, and just super stable. Great rubber pad, or should I say rubber on the deck. Needs to get cleaned. Nice little, what's that? Apollo logo right there. You have the button here. Just hit it with some DW40 to make it smooth. When you get ready to fold down the scooter, it'll lock right in there. Fenders have awesome coverage. Rode it one day in the rain this week, light rain, and did not get wet at all. Back here you have a nice elastomer. You don't have the shock like the front. It's able to handle, you know, a lot of the bumps, and it does a good job. I like elastomers. Like I said in my first look at this scooter, I saw for the first time elastomers on an Inochem Ox-O scooter that I have. And to this day, those rubber and elastomers, they still work great. Low maintenance. You don't have any problems with them, and they really soak up a good amount of the bumps that you're going to encounter. Speaking of bumps that you might encounter, the front suspension is good. For me, it could be a little plusher. All right, square edge bumps, big hits, you're going to feel them on this scooter. But the advantage, the allure of this scooter is that you have great lighting. Okay, let me see if I can put some lights on for you guys so you guys can see you know, how nice this is. I would like to speak to Apollo also just to reconfigure this app a little bit in terms of just getting around and doing certain things with the lights and all different types of stuff. Let me see if I can go into the lights for you. All right, so now you have here a whole bunch of lights that you can pick from, and you can go to the deck, you can go to the stem, the signal, the brake, and you can customize all of the lights that you have. Okay, we have let me see what we have here. We're on the deck. So the deck has an orange light, and as you can see, the scooter just turned off. You can set it up to turn off after 3 minutes, 5 minutes. You know, you can really customize it. Let's get back in. All right, so we're going to my scooters. We're going to connecting it. I also did run into a problem last week. Went into a Best Buy. Tried the park function on the scooter, and then when I was getting ready to leave, the app would not connect back to the scooter. So I ended up having to take a cab home with the scooter. I think Apollo has, since that issue, been trying to work on it. and see if there is something that would be a little bit more seamless for you guys so you don't run into that issue. All right. All right, so here, let's go up to the stem. Let me just see if I can push the stem. Okay, the stem. Now let's try orange. Okay, that's supposed to be orange, guys. That's supposed to be orange. Some of the colors do not represent themselves the way that they're supposed to. And as you can see, all right, now we'll go to blue. As you can see, the blue is nice on the stem. We go to red. Okay, we go to like a yellow. That actually looks like a, yeah, it looks like a yellow, like I'm wearing sunglasses. All right, so now we'll go to the signal feature. All right, and you can customize the signal as well. Let's put that down there. Okay, and let's put the signal. Okay, and you can see how the signal looks. Like that's to the right side. Okay, and you can see how the signal looks right there. Okay, there goes the blinker right there on the left side. Blinker right there on the right side. Apollo, you guys need to re-up on your end caps, and you need to redesign them so that they have a little piece in the middle that makes them a little bit less susceptible to cracking when they fall. In Apollo's defense, my daughter knocked over the scooter a few weeks ago and it fell on the wooden floor. This cap, and it did not break. But as you can see, you have a little bit of cracking right there. So maybe if these fall one more time or two more times, they are gonna crack. All right. Here's your horn. My issue with the horn is there's a little delay, right? You should be, every time you push this, the sound should be readily available. There's like a 1 or 2 second delay in between every time you press the horn. Pressing this down will give you the light in the front. You do have a nice light. It's not super bright, but it is better than having nothing. Strong cockpit right here. Like I said, with the quad lock handlebar, whole cockpit has been sweet. Throttle is right here. Regenerative braking is right here. A lot of people have commented about the regenerative braking. They said, oh, you're crazy. Regenerative braking is awesome. It stops me on a dime. It does not. I'm 240 pounds. I don't know who made that request or said that, how much they weigh, but I'm 240 pounds, and this regenerative braking is very good, but it does not stop on a dime. And it also actuates the color. You can set the color up for the braking as well. Just really nice to have some customization with the scooter, to have something that can track the scooter through an app. Also, you have some protection in terms of if you were to lock this scooter and somebody was to walk off with it or try to walk off with it, it would make a sound, an alarm, and it would lock up the wheels and make it very difficult for someone to try to take this scooter from you. So all that thought process with the scooter, I really appreciate. And these things might be something very important. Maybe you take your scooter to work. Maybe you have to leave it somewhere, while you're shopping or while you're out, and you need to leave it somewhere. You just want to make sure that it's secure and that it won't get stolen. That's a great feature. And a lot of other scooters just don't have it. All right, like I said before, drum brakes, right? Very minimal, no maintenance. Large self-healing tires, great fenders. The brakes could be better. I think Apollo really missed the boat on that. They should have gave us hydraulic brakes. You're calling this a Pro. Okay, we're using the Pro moniker a little bit too loosely these days. When it comes to electronics, when it comes to scooters, whatever it is, phones. If you're gonna give yourself the name as a Pro, every aspect of the machinery, every aspect of the product has to be pro, and it has to be top notch. Okay, so we should have had 4-piston brakes or 2-piston brakes, hydraulic brakes on this. I just really think they missed the boat. I really think that on the back here, as you can see, put a little rubber bumper there or something, because these fenders take a little bit of a hit going into elevators, going into places. It bumps on the fender and it really starts to nick it up and make it look a little nasty. All right, so just little things. All right, here we have one charging port. All right, this is a bit of a nitpick. Would like to see 2 here, just in case, but the scooter comes with a fast charger, so you should be fully charged in about 6 hours. All right, they don't give you the option to use 2 chargers to minimize the charge time, but they give you a fast charger, and the top charging time is about 6 hours. All right, 40 miles on this. I'm about 240 pounds. In 10 miles, about 70 to 75% of the battery has been used up. All right, so that's 1/4. So you're gonna get about, you could squeeze 40, 45 miles out of the scooter probably if you really tried. All right, guys, like I said, I had an issue with the park feature. I'd like to know if anybody else had an issue with that park feature. When you put the scooter in park mode, if it loses a connection between the time you put it in park mode and when you go to take it out of park mode, you may run into an issue with the app reconnecting to the scooter, and you may have to call Apollo, where they have to go into the back end and unlock your scooter. So be very wary of where you are going to put that lock feature on your scooter, because you may get stuck. Like I said, I got stuck at a Best Buy and I had to take a cab home. All right, guys, I may be missing some stuff that I want to really share with you guys about the scooter, but I just want you guys to know that I'm out here with the scooter. I really think it's a great scooter, high-end, very well made. It's a bit heavy, right? You have customizable lights and you have a stable ride. You have app support. So it's really been fun riding this scooter every day to work, man. And, if anybody's thinking about getting this scooter, they have it already. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit me up with any questions if you're thinking about getting the scooter. I would definitely recommend this to people. I would recommend it to commuters. I would recommend it to scooter enthusiasts because I think it blends both worlds. It's not too heavy where you can't commute. And, again, it's not light as a feather, but that adds to the ride characteristics. Very stable, very planted. And it has a nice little pickup. It's not a speed scooter. It's not a hyper scooter, but it has speed and it has stability. And it's been really good for the last 2.5 months, guys. All right, subscribe. I know this has been a long review, but I kind of wanted to get every little single thing in with this second impressions review. So hit me up in the comments. Let me know if you're thinking about getting it. I just went to their site. I think there's a wait for them still, so there's demand for this scooter. All right, it's been fun. Apollo, hit me up. I want to test some scooters for you guys. Let me know. Send me some scooters. Subscribe, hit me up with any questions, guys. It's your boy Getaway, man. We'll talk to you soon. Hey.